And good afternoon, everyone. Now you're one step closer to lunch, so I'm going to move through this presentation so we can get you out and get a bite to eat. So I'm going to take a few moments and walk through how to access the SNF QRP quality measure data on the Nursing Home Compare website. As with the other presentations, you'll notice that this presentation has acronyms as well, so we've listed those acronyms and their associated descriptions on the slide for you. Please refer to them as needed. And the objective of this training is to show you how to navigate the Nursing Home Compare website so that you can locate the SNF QRP quality measure data that is embedded in that website. And let's go ahead and get started. So the screenshot that you're seeing here is the homepage to the Nursing Home Compare website. You'll see that there's been a link included in the slide presentation itself. So if you're accessing these slides in a soft copy, you can follow this link to access the web page. From the homepage, you can retrieve information about nursing homes in any state. You can use several different search criteria options with which to identify or locate those nursing homes. You'll see that you'll have an option to identify or locate nursing homes by zip code, by a city and state combination, or by state only. After entering the values for one of the search options, the functionality becomes available that will allow you to search for a particular nursing home by name should you wish to do so. When you are entering the first few letters of the nursing home's name with which you'd like to search, you will notice that the system will automatically display a list of matching nursing home names that match the criteria that you've entered. And we'll take a peek at that on this slide. So you'll see that in this particular screenshot, the users first entered the zip code as the search criteria option, and then they chose to search for a particular nursing home. And in the nursing home name field, which is optional by the way, they began entering the first part of the nursing home's name, which was Sunny Acres Nursing and Rehabilitation Facility. So by just entering the word Sunny, the system brought back a list of the facility names that matched that particular criteria that were entered. The results that will display from your search criteria are directly related to the search criteria option that you used. For example, if you performed a search for a particular nursing home by their name, the results that will display will be for that particular nursing home that you selected. If you performed a search by zip code, the results that will display will be a list of those nursing homes that are in the proximity of that zip code. And if you are performing a search by zip code, you'll notice that there will be a drop-down box that will allow you to pick the distance from which you can receive the results. So if you enter a zip code and select the option for within a 25-mile radius, for example, you would get a list of nursing homes within that 25-mile radius of the zip code. If you performed a search by the state only, then you are going to receive a list of all nursing homes located in the state selected. And of course, likewise with the city and state combination search, any nursing homes within the city-state combination that you selected will be displayed for you. In order to view the results of the data for the particular facility, you would simply select the facility's name, which is a link that will take you to a page that looks like this. So you will see that the nursing home profile page will display. And on that page, you will see that there are 6 tabs with which you can obtain additional information about that nursing facility. For example, you'll see the first tab that's highlighted here is the General Information tab. And from this tab, you'll see that you can identify the location of the nursing facility or nursing home and some specific information such as, the number of beds and whether they're certified and the type of ownership for that particular nursing home. The next tab is the Health Inspections tab, and as you can imagine, that provides you the results of recent surveys that were performed for that particular facility. The third tab displays the fire inspection results from recent fire inspections that were performed, followed by the Staffing tab, which will provide you the staffing details for that particular facility. The next tab is the Quality of Resident Care tab, and this is where you will drill down to locate the SNF QRP quality measure data. And finally, the last tab is the Penalties tab. If there were any money penalties associated to surveys for this particular facility, you would be able to identify that information on the Penalties tab. As I mentioned, in order to locate the SNF Quality Reporting Program quality measure data, you're going to want to select the Quality of Resident Care tab. And when this tab opens, you'll notice that there is the overall rating for the particular facility. So you'll notice the star rating is listed, as well as the words which indicate, or translate those stars. And for this particular facility, this facility is much above average in their performance. You will also notice that there are some definitions listed on this webpage. The definitions include the definition for the short stay residents as well as the long stay residents. So how are those residents grouped in those particular categories? If you would like to drill down to the QRP quality measure data, you will scroll down the page a bit and locate the section that's highlighted here with a green arrow, which is the short stay resident section. Simply select the arrow that's displayed next to the label, and the list will expand. The QMs are categorized by those that are used to calculate the 5-star rating, those that are flu or pneumonia prevention measures, and then there is a section of additional measures. Public reporting of the SNF QRP measures on Nursing Home Compare began in the fall of 2018. The SNF QRP QMs are listed in the section called Additional Quality Measures. The measure results that are displayed on Nursing Home Compare include the facility percentage. For many of the measures, the state average is displayed. However, the state average is not applicable to the SNF QRP quality measures. The national average is displayed, and words that indicate whether a higher or lower percentage is better. Sometimes you may notice, and in this example, there is the words not available are displayed. And when would those words be displayed? You would expect that if the data were suppressed, then the words not available will display. If there is a low denominator size, the data are not displayed on the Nursing Home Compare website. Instead, the words not available are displayed. And finally, if there's simply no data available for the reporting period, the words not available will display. The 5 SNF QRP quality measures being displayed on Nursing Home Compare include 3 assessment-based measures, which are calculated from the MDS 3.0 data, and there are 2 Medicare claims-based measures. As a reminder, CMS announced in October 2018 that the potentially preventable 30-day post-discharge readmission measure is currently suppressed and therefore not available on Nursing Home Compare at this time. However, you will still be able to see those data on your reports. Additional time to allow for more testing to determine if modifications to the measure and method of displaying the measure results are required. The additional testing will ensure that the future publicly reported measure is thoroughly evaluated so compare users have an accurate picture of the provider's quality. While we conduct this additional testing, CMS will not post reportable data for this measure, including the SNF's performance, nor the national average. You may learn additional information about the measures themselves from the Nursing Home Compare website. If you would like to learn more information, you will scroll back up to the top of the webpage and select the Learn More About Quality of Resident Care Information Can Tell You About the Nursing Home link. When you select that link, it will bring you to this page, the Medicare.gov Nursing Home Compare page. This is where you will learn more information about how this information can, what benefit can you get from this information for nursing homes. You can select the quality of resident care. You can see where the quality of resident care is listed in the list. Once selected, you will then again see a list of all the measures for the SNF Quality Reporting Program. If you scroll further down the page, you will see the SNF Quality Reporting Program measures. And in this example here, you will see that there are two measures listed: the percentage of SNF residents with pressure ulcers that are new or worsened, and the percentage of SNF residents who experience one or more falls with major injury during their SNF stay. So this was a quick overview of the Nursing Home Compare website. I hope that this has been helpful for you to learn to identify where you'll find your SNF QRP quality measure data.